It's chasing that high of solving the problem and figuring out how to do something that wasn't just I hadn't figured it out and someone else had. I had to figure out something that no one else had done. I work primarily with glass, but I also do a lot with metal fabrication and foundry, bronze work, mixed media. Really just kind of depends on the idea. I had an art requirement I had to get out of the way when I was in school, and I took glass blowing and just never wanted to do anything else. I realized when I was breaking into the studio to work at 3 o'clock in the morning and staying until they'd throw me out at midnight that I hadn't really been that enthusiastic about anything else. It was New Orleans, and I was somewhere in town with a couple of friends from school, and we were just talking about what we were all working on and different, because there was a lot of engineers and pre-med and linguists and all kinds of different majors, and I was feeling a little lost at the time. It was just like, yeah, all I want to do is just arts and crafts all day. And then someone said, well, then why don't you just do that? And it was the first time I really thought about actually just doing that. So that was kind of a turning point. Technically, it's gotten better, I think. Kind of conceptually, it's gotten to be more developed, more kind of edited. I think that starting out, I was probably a little too heavy-handed in trying to push ideas across, and a lot of my work now is it's more subtle, it's more nuanced, rather than punching you in the face with the idea. I like problem solving. I like being faced with an idea of something I want to make and not knowing how to do it, and having to figure out how to do it. It's why my work tends to change year to year. I get asked every year if this is my first year, and a lot of it has to do with I don't want to just regurgitate and do the same thing that I already know how to do. What excites me is the problem solving. These new stacked pieces were, it was about a year and a half kind of research and development and experimenting and, building something and then just saying this isn't good enough and just throwing it away and, refining and just troubleshooting and then figuring out how to move them, how to install them safely. These were the hardest things I've taken on so far. I think that this show was a turning point. Up until I did this show, I had a day job. I had to work to support a family, and this was it was what I wanted to be doing, and I would do it as much as I could, but it wasn't anything I could do as a job, and this show was I guess the first time I was able to really get in front of a group of people that were able to start collecting the stuff I was making, and that gave me the freedom and the confidence to start developing more work, more refined work, that I was able to spend more time in galleries and keep doing this show. So this show was the turning point for me of being able to transition into making this kind of work full time.